Hey, welcome back to my channel. So life has, as I'm sure you know, since it's the holiday season, gotten just bonkers, absolutely insane. I know that I've talked in several of my videos about how just busy life is right now. So I just thought I would pop and give an update real quick since I haven't been able to do like any editing or any like longer length videos. So a couple things. First and foremost, last week my husband applied for the job in Indiana, and I've talked about this in a couple of videos. I think that we weren't sure if we were going to be staying in Florida or not, and it's kind of heartbreaking, but on the same token it's like exciting, and we don't really know anything, but he did apply for the job. So I've had a week of sleepless nights now trying to decide if I should be praying to move or praying to stay or whatever. So I just find myself wake up in the middle of the night and I just start praying like, whatever your will, Lord, just, let me be at peace with it. But can we hear something soon, please? Because I'm such a planner, and God just laughs, I'm sure, because I try to plan everything, and it's really tough to be a planner and to want to be planning, like, how is our holiday season gonna go? How does the spring semester look at our co-op for homeschool? I teach there. So we're just kind of like, we're in this space that's uncomfortable, and also oddly peaceful. So I don't know if anybody can like commiserate or understands that this feeling of where nothing is happening because we're just waiting, and yet everything is happening because all the possibilities are still possible because we haven't heard. So a little bit about the potential move is that it could be a huge jumpstart for my husband's career, and we're still pretty young, so we're not like, we've only been in our community for a few years, and we just started putting down roots. So we found a church home and we built a house, and we're starting to get really involved in things in the area. And so it's I'm gonna struggle to be succinct with my words, because I always feel like there is a word for something, and if you don't use the right, I don't know, if I don't use the right word, that I'm not doing a good job of explaining something. And I don't know if this is just being like a word person. I'm obsessed with words. So anyways, all that to say that it's just been a difficult couple of months, actually, because we knew that this position was coming available, and we didn't really know, my husband didn't really know when he was going to be able to apply for it, didn't really know if it was going to be a real opportunity for him or not, like if he could even qualify. So anyways, it's been like a couple of months of like, oh, should we, shouldn't we, should we, shouldn't we? And then when the job was posted, he was like, well, what do you think? And I was like, well, I think you should apply. And I'm the one who has pushed us to stay here, to stay comfortable in our community. Over the past couple of years, there have been some job opportunities that have come up that could have really furthered his career, and I've been the one to say, no, I don't want to leave. I really love where we live. I don't want to leave. And so there's a part of me that feels like that was really selfish, and maybe I should have encouraged him to stretch more. But then on the other hand, I don't know. I just don't know, because I really do love it here and I really don't want to leave. But so we will have been married 17 years come January, and in that 17 years, I think we've moved like 14 or 15 times. So there's also this strange thing happening where, like, this is the longest we've lived in like one place ever, and it feels like it's time to move. And so, like, I just don't know if the uneasiness that I'm feeling about like staying versus going is just because, well, it's time to move, right? Like this is how we operate. Or if it's really like the spirit moving and telling me, okay, let things go. So all in all, I'm in this odd moment where I'm at peace, and whatever happens happens, and it'll be great. Like it'll be all for our good and God's glory no matter what happens. But then also where I'm just simultaneously completely overwhelmed and not at peace at all. And so like just the feelings and the anxieties and, oh my gosh, how are we going to move across the country? And the area in Indiana is very rural. So I think it's like the community is in the middle of the largest Amish population in Indiana. And I've been looking at like realtor houses and things, and it's just a very different lifestyle. And we both grew up in the Midwest. So we kind of like, we understand the lifestyle of rural Midwesternism. And it's nice. Don't get me wrong. It was a great childhood. And there are definitely benefits to that, but that's not what we're used to. So I think there'll be, if this goes through or whatever, I think there'll be a lot of culture shock, even though that's where we weren't raised in Indiana. We both grew up in rural parts of Michigan, different rural parts of Michigan. But I don't imagine it's that different. It's all farming. So, and then there is also like, there's some benefits, like it might fit our lifestyle or what I think I want our lifestyle to be more, to move to somewhere where farming is like what everybody is doing. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot going on in my head. And, so if you guys could pray for me, pray for clarity and for peace and for just wisdom. Pray for my husband that he can deal with my craziness. Because, you know, there's just this period of waiting and just waiting and waiting and waiting and being like, all right, God, well, if you're gonna open doors, then, you know, this is all gonna have to be God, because not only is my husband going to have to get the job first and foremost, but then secondary and maybe right next to that first and foremost is we have to be able to sell our house here in Florida. And I don't know if you know, but right now the housing market is kind of crazy, and our house is beautiful. We have a big chunk of land, and selling it might not be a problem. Just that we don't have any comparables. We have no comps to go by. So we had a realtor come and do an appraisal and everything, and the numbers all returned great, but I don't know who could afford it. Like, I don't know. Again, the worldview and the mindset that I have is that, you know, nobody would come and pay what our appraisal price would be, because we couldn't afford it. And so like, I realized that our house and our land has appreciated so much, and it's kind of crazy. But I don't know who could come get a mortgage that size. And so for me, it feels daunting. It just feels daunting to try to put the house on the market and see what happens. And again, it's all going to have to be the Lord. The Lord's going to have to work just in ways that I cannot possibly begin to fathom, for all of this to work out. And then after all that is said and done, if he gets the job and if we sell the house, then we have to find a house in rural Indiana, and something preferably that's not like a fixer-upper, because we're not going to have, I don't think, a whole lot of time. So everything is going to have to run into God's timing, because I just don't know. It will be beyond us. All of it will be beyond us. And we've done it before. We've had situations like this before. Not quite this drastic, I suppose. And not dealing with selling or buying homes, just swapping rentals. So this will be a new experience if this happens. So if you guys could just pray for us, I would really, 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 really love that. Beyond that, so Christmas, of course, is right around the corner. I can't believe this year has already gone by. It feels like I haven't accomplished anything. But here I am sitting in the office that just a few months ago was a giant disaster, just a giant storage room. So actually things have gotten done. A lot has been accomplished this year. And there's been a lot to look back on and celebrate over, but there's also a lot that I just didn't manage to fit in this year. I didn't get the gardening done that I wanted to do, but life got crazy. So that'll just have to be a different year's project. I taught myself to crochet this year, which was pretty cool. Shout out to my friend Julie, who told me I could do it. And also she sat there with me and taught me, and my friend Jess, she taught me too. So then I went home and YouTubed it until I could figure it out, until I was pretty okay at it. And so now I'm making this giant blanket. It's huge. It's like a king size blanket. And I don't know what I got myself into, but it's a big project. So I'm working on that. I've been teaching myself to paint this year, just using YouTube tutorials. I'm not sure how well that's going. The paintings look nice. I'll say that they look nice, but I don't know if I'm actually learning the process of painting. I think I'm just learning how to copy people on YouTube. I don't know. So there's that. I have not accomplished my health goals or my weight loss goals. That has not been a thing that has happened. I don't know what else. I've gotten really on top of my housekeeping routine. I have accomplished a lot in terms of learning how to make new recipes and learning more about preservation and food storage and things along those lines. Oh, I did teach myself to groom my dog. So that I did accomplish. I don't know. I'm just trying to think about a couple other things. I've learned some new embroidery techniques, and so it's been a wild year. It has really been. I can say for sure that 2023 has been an insane year, a wild year. Our church had a pretty big shake-up at the beginning of the year, and ever since then I've been kind of serving in a quasi ministry role while we were waiting for our interim pastor. Hold on just a moment. All right, sorry, I had a phone call that I had to take. So there's just a lot happening, and there's a lot happening, but there's also nothing happening right now, which is both insane and scary. And we're just in a circle of waiting. And as soon as I know something, I'll let you know. But in the meantime, I'm just going to carry on. So just keep doing the next right thing in faith and knowing that whatever happens is what's supposed to happen. And we're gonna try to take the holiday season to just be calm and not try to be stressed out. And I know that's gonna be very, very difficult for me, especially because I'm a planner and I want to plan the things. And since there's no plan, can't plan anything. So anyways, I don't know if I'll get to post any other videos this month or not. We'll just see. Like I said, our homeschool co-op is actually done for the year. We start meeting back in January, but I'm still working. I'm still doing a lot of nannying, dog sitting, and cat sitting, and babysitting. My dog. Anyway, so I'm still working during the week, and I'm doing a lot of weekend pickup jobs and things like that. So just this has just got to take a back seat for right now, as much as I don't want my creative outlet project on YouTube to have to be the backseat. It is what it is for right now. Anyways, guys, love you. Have a great day. Sola Deo Gloria. Bye.